Hey guys, Ashley here, just horsing around your Dutch oven cook. I realized, guys, it has been forever since I've done a cooking video. And you know, when we go out on these jobs and stuff, I have every intention to shoot y'all a video, you know, of a recipe or something, and it just never happens, and I'm sorry. So I come to you today and I'm going to show y'all a recipe, our stuffed portabella mushrooms with imitation crab. I don't have the imitation crab on me today, but honestly, you can make these without meat. You can make them with like salmon, crab. There's different ways you can add this. I'm going to show you the foundation. It's up to y'all to take it from there and make it your own. So, got our portabellas here. Depending on the size is how many is going to fit in your Dutch oven. Usually it's 4 to 5. Usually if you've got some decent ones like this, you can get 4 on the outside and one smaller one in the center. So we've got these washed. Pulled the stem out of the middle. And for the stuffing, I do use a box mix. Now normally everything we do is all by scratch. This is the one thing that I do use a box. So I use the Savory Herbs Stovetop. Pepperidge Farm has a good one too. I use that one sometimes too. But we got this today. So I've got 1 package of this. And it does call for 1.5 cups of boiling water and 4 tablespoons of butter. Now, I have the 1.5 cups water boiling, but the butter, instead of using 4, I usually use 6 to 7. 6 to 7 tablespoons. So I got the water and the butter all going and boiling and melted. Let me grab that. Ooh, warm pan. Now we're going to pour this right on top here. Now what else we're going to add to it? Garlic, minced garlic. Now I'm going to add a couple tablespoons of this, maybe 3 tablespoons. It depends on how much you like them garlicky. So I'm going to add that, mix it up. All right, we're going to let that sit just a minute. Okay, now to this stuffy mix, after it gets sitting for a minute and just soaking up all that water and butter, I will add the Italian style cheese. This cheese just seems to go with this really well. So this is one we like to use. So we're going to use a whole 8-ounce package of this. Now you could use like 3/4 of the package and save the last little bit to put on top. That's another option. I'm just going to go ahead and add it all. Get this all mixed together. Now this would be the time that you would add the crab or the salmon or whatever meat you want to add to it. Now it's going to be nice and wet. Okay, now let me get my pan. Okay, so we got our Dutch oven here. Okay, so we got our pan here. Melted butter. I'm going to add a couple tablespoons of garlic in there too. Okay, mix that around in the butter. Get it all just mixed together. Nice and good here. Okay, so I'm going to sit these right into the butter and garlic. Now, the trick I do is I usually add a tablespoon or so, just a good dollop of butter right here in the center, and then the stuffing. That way when it cooks, it just melts down into that mushroom and just makes it ooey gooey. You could even add a little bit of garlic with that butter and put it right in there. Ooh, it's going to be a tight fit today, folks. You know what? I can only get 3 in there. Okay, so we're going to do 3, which is fine, no big deal. So I'm going to put some butter right in there. That'll just help those mushrooms get soft and buttery. So get a couple tablespoon or so in there. Nice big dollop. Now if it's a smaller mushroom, you know, you don't have to do so much. But with the big mushrooms, we're going to do a good 1/2 tablespoon to a full tablespoon. Okay, so we got those in there. And you can see our stuffing is nice and wet. Now, the trick to this is stuffing it, but not overstuffing it or understuffing it. Gotta find a good happy medium. You want a good ratio of mushroom to stuffing. Now, these are going to cook probably 20 to 40 minutes. Okay, so you're going to have to keep an eye on it and watch it. Some people like their mushrooms more done than others. Some like them, you know, a little bit stiffer. So it just depends on your preference. Like I said, I'm giving you the foundation, and it's your job to build on top of that. Kind of press that stuffing down into that mushroom so it's get down in the gills and up underneath the lip and everything there. That way it's nice and packed in there. Okay guys, so we got them all in our pan. Now, they're not overstuffed. Let me see if I can get this one. They're so big. So, I mean, they're pretty good stuff, but not overflowing, gonna fall out. So, let's get these on the fire. Okay guys, we're going. As you can see, I do not have a big fire going. And you can see got a good space from there. We do not want a direct flame under there. And like I said, thin layered coals on top. You want to be able to hold your hand about 4 or 5 inches from the top. Okay, you don't want it too hot on top. We just want these to slow cook and get nice and tender. So just keep an eye on it. Check on it in about 15 minutes. Y'all, the more common way, as you can see, we have a ring of coals and they go all the way around. Now listen guys, we do not do directly underneath because those legs are so short. You do not want that coal touching the bottom of that oven because it will scorch it, it will burn it. So this is your more common way of doing it. We still have our coals. We're going to check the heat on top. Now you will have to keep an eye on that. You may have to add some coals to it, but with the coals around it and on top, it makes a perfect little oven. Okay guys, we are just about done here. I have a roundabout time of how long these take. Like I said, 20 to 40 minutes. Sometimes maybe a few more minutes longer. It depends on how you like them. There is no perfect way of doing this. So this is your mushroom. You do it how you like. I just want to show y'all a foundation that y'all can start off with to make this recipe. I hope y'all enjoy. Thanks guys.